Hi friends, my name is Aller at Lilstarnerd on Instagram, and welcome to today's episode of more alcohol markers, because I have a serious problem. I have an addiction. Big ol' shout out to Arteza for sending me their markers for me to review in today's video. I've been working with Arteza for a long time. I'm pretty sure they're like the first company I ever worked with, and I really like them. I also have an affiliate link with them, and that is linked down below if you want to support me and also get some snazzy products out of it. But of course, as always, I'm still giving my honest opinion. And I've been using these markers for like a long time, so this is more than just a first opinions video. I feel like I know them pretty well. So for this video, I will be redrawing Klimt's classic piece, The Kiss. But I'm making it gay because of course I am. So let's get right into it. Let's just get into the action, shall we? So, first off, let's talk about the markers. It is a pack of 60, and on Arteza's website, they're listed for like $75, which is about $1.25 per marker, which is pretty darn good compared to like an $8 Copic marker. Also, their markers do have replacement tips that you can buy if you need them, instead of like buying a whole nother marker. They come in this wonderful carrying case that fits 72 markers, so that way you have room for other markers to shove in there if you need to, or you want to, or you know, you got other supplies that need a place. I love that they have these carrying cases. They are really sturdy and really well made, and they have a nice shoulder strap and a pocket. Like, they're just perfect for carrying around with you. It's easy to prop up so you can see all your markers while you're working, and you can also unfold the sides of the case, so that way you can like flip through the marker holders like pages, you know? It's super convenient, and I really like it. Like, there is nothing more annoying than having too many markers or art supplies for your tiny pencil case for whenever you're trying to take art supplies somewhere. So having a bag that you can just pick up and go, really nice. These markers have a bullet tip and a chisel tip. Generally speaking, I prefer brush tips and chisel tip, and I think most artists would agree, but I actually really prefer these markers having the bullet nib. I think in general, if you're investing in markers, it's good to have some bullet nibs lying around, you know? They're good for their own thing. I used to like avoid them, like I didn't think that they were like gonna work right, but since Arteza first sent me some of their markers to try a while back, I realized that there's actually plenty of uses for bullet nib markers too. Let's start with the pros of these markers. First of all, I think Arteza has a great color selection. They have a really good distribution of colors. I think a lot of art products tend to be really blue heavy, but I think these markers have a really good range of cools and warms, values, etc. There will be a lot of times when I'm trying to doodle a specific character and I will need like a very specific color that I just don't have in my go-to markers, but I'll look at my Arteza markers and will find the exact color I need. I don't know how they do it, but it's definitely one of Arteza's strengths, so good job, guys. They also blend really well. I think the big turnoff of bullet nibs is that they're harder to blend, which generally I have that same like assumption. While not all of their colors blend perfectly, like you're not gonna get a perfect gradient between, for example, a dark green and like a light red, but I've done portraits, big and small, characters, illustrations, all that stuff with Arteza markers, and blending is never an obstacle. I think bullet tips just take some getting used to, but once you find a good technique, you're all good, you know what I mean? They also don't bleed that much, which is nice. Specifically, they do bleed through paper. Like any wet media, they're gonna bleed through paper. But the pigment stays where you put it. It doesn't run off with the fibers of the paper, which I really like. I also really like the packaging, not just the case, but also the markers themselves. First of all, I just like white packaging. I think it looks clean and pretty. Except for the fact that I'm a messy little idiot and always end up staining my markers. I don't know how it always happens, but it does. Also, the shape of the barrel is nice and comfortable to hold, and they don't roll away when you sit them down, so bonus. There's really only one con for these markers, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is a pretty big con. The markers stain paper. I've ruined a couple of pieces in my sketchbooks by using these markers on like the facing page. It doesn't matter how long you let the marker sit before you close the book or whatever you're doing, it's gonna stain whatever it's pressed against. I don't think it's every marker that leaves a stain, but it is a lot of them. I usually have to put like tracing paper or something over whatever I just drew if I'm gonna use it in my sketchbook, or just make sure that I'm not using them anywhere close to a good drawing in my sketchbook. So take that information and do with it what you will, but you should definitely know about that before you buy these or think about buying them. Now let's talk about the drawing. I said before that bullet nibs do have their uses, and I think this is a perfect example. There isn't much blending going on in the kiss anywhere except the faces, and I had no problem blending there because all the colors were similar in value. But everywhere else, because it's a painting using opaque layering and stuff like that, it was nice to have the bullet nib to get these small, precise, even areas of color, which would have been much harder to do with a brush tip. I did the sketch before I filmed because 1, I'm trying to be a bit more proactive and productive, and 2, I literally am so bad at drawing on camera. It's like having someone watch over your shoulder. All of a sudden, I can't do it. Just can't. So I used my big boy brain and I figured, I'll just do it off screen. And I'm glad I did because I actually really like the way the sketch turned out. Even though when I started trying to do the design on the left figure's dress covering, fabric, I either really messed up the proportions in the sketch or I messed something up while coloring because I was all sorts of confused. Okay, so by the end, as per usual with me and my process, I got tired. I was really excited by the vines at the bottom right, but I was just so done. After a couple hours of doing these shapes, I was tired, I was hungry, so, again, as I am prone to do, I gave up. I just kind of gave up. I still think it looks okay, but those vines, they are sad. Really sad. I think I might go back sometime to wash or gold paint and fix the vines and all that area and add more texture to the background, but for now I'm just worried about getting dinner. Overall, I really like the way this turned out. I really janked up the left woman's head, but it's not so noticeable that it ruins it, so it's fine. I think my favorite part of the kiss is the hands. I mean, Klimt's anatomy and representation of the body is just chef's kiss, it's beautiful. He does, in every piece, it's so good. But in this painting, I really like the hand specifically. Also, that one foot, how on earth did he get a foot to look so pretty? Multiple question marks? I don't know. But my point is, I am pleased with my own rendition of those hands. I also thought that the hill was gonna end up ugly and sad because, I had stopped caring by the time I got down there, but I kind of like it. I still think it looks good, in general, I'm just relieved that I didn't disrespect Klimt by doing this, you know what I mean? Anyways, if you think you want to look into these markers yourself or you want to buy them, I have an affiliate link listed right after those important issues in the description of the video. It doesn't even have to be these markers, they've got a lot of other cool stuff to check out and other marker packs and stuff like that. If you want to support me but also get some fun stuff out of it, that's a great way to do it, but of course, no pressure. Alright, special thanks to my gay best friends, Arish K, President Liv, Max Z, Jasmine G, Lainey, Ophelia B, and Milky Grace. If you also want to be my gay best friend, you can check out my Patreon below. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. I hope life is getting easier now that there's a certain Oompa Loompa out of all of our lives, and I hope you guys are keeping safe. Go text your friends, pet some animals, wash your hands, and go do some art. Bye.